For more on this state of housing and mortgage demand, let's bring Matt Ishbia, CEO of United Wholesale Mortgage. The company is the #1 mortgage originator in the country. Matt, it's great to have you back on the show. Welcome. Let's start right there. Is 7% the new normal?
You know, I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's been there for a little while, but the truth is you got to shop around. There's a lot of people that get in rates at the 6.25%, 6.5%, and there's 7 and 7.25%. So it depends on where you're going, whether you're going to mortgagematchup.com, whether you're finding a bank, a lender, where you're looking for. But rates aren't as high as people like to make it seem, but affordability is a problem. So I do agree with that.
Okay, so high costs, high interest rates, uncertain economic outlook, as Diana just pointed to, in terms of why we've seen sluggish housing data continue. We did just get a Fed rate decision, which was no decision today. How meaningful would it be to see the Fed start cutting again? Would it bring rates down? Would it bring more people into the market?
Absolutely. I mean, it's really time. You know, I think, President Trump's been out there talking about it. I think the head of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, Bill Pulte, who leads FHFA, has been talking about it. Rates have to come down, and it will make a meaningful impact on affordability so consumers can buy that first house or even move up buyers. And so right now, the Fed has been pretty stubborn with where rates are. Rates coming down, just down to 5.75, 5.99. So just a little bit lower than they're at today will create a massive opportunity for affordability on the purchase side, and also people that have been stuck in those 7.5% rates or 6.75% rates for 2 years can save money monthly. It'll be a big boost to the economy.
Matt, it seems like a really tough market right now for mortgages with low affordability, as you reiterated, looming tariffs. And so the reason the Fed would cut rates, it seems, would be real employment issues, which I imagine would affect the demand for even more affordable housing, no?
You know, you could look at it that way, but there's a lot of reasons the Fed should cut rates. You know, you could look at employment, you could look at inflation, but a lot of this, the scare of what the tariffs might do, you know, is that really the reason? Right now, where the Fed has the rates versus where inflation is, rates should come down, and it should be an opportunity. Once again, it's going to spur the economy in a positive way, and so there's a lot of smart people that are making these decisions, but I'm on the side of, hey, rates should be coming down. It should be an opportunity for people. But in the meantime, you know, there are a lot of people buying houses. Let's not get confused. I know the mortgage numbers say they're down, but UWM, we're the largest mortgage company in America for this will be our 4th consecutive year, and we're having our best quarter in the last 4 years since 2021. So I'm not that concerned like it's not happening at all. There's volume and there's business out there, but there should be more.
What region's doing the best?
You know, it's really all around the place, all over the place. I always think the South and some of the bigger states that are booming right now. Texas has been strong. Arizona has been strong. Florida has been strong. But, you know, it's really throughout the country. I'd say there's a couple weaker spots. For the most part, it's been pretty consistent across America that there is opportunity, just not as big as we'd all like.
It's interesting to hear you talk. I know you've been taking market share for a number of years, and I do want to dig into the opportunity you see here in this mortgage market right now. But first, the company has also had its share of legal dramas over the years. And just earlier in April, Ohio AG accused UWM of, quote, predatory business practices. Did want to get your response to that lawsuit and what investors and consumers need to know or understand about the business and how you do originate loans.
Yeah, well, I mean, those things are just silly. You know, when you're on top, people take shots at you. That's the way it is. No one talks about the 63rd biggest lender, the 240th. They want to take shots at the #1 lender. We provide the best rates, the best service, and the best technology. Faster, easier, cheaper. That's why people go to mortgage brokers. That's why people go to mortgagematchup.com to get a mortgage. That's happening right now, and everyone can dislike it. But the truth is, we do what's better for consumers. And mortgage consumers going through brokers save about $10,000 versus going through the retail lenders and banks. And so, yeah, you can put any lawsuit. A lawsuit isn't real. Anyone can say anything they want on a lawsuit. What actually happens is what's helping consumers. What are you doing to run a business? I feel amazing about our business. We're as strong as we've ever been, and we're only going to get stronger whether rates come down. If they don't, we'll keep winning as we have been.
You just mentioned Bill Pulte. In terms of the administration and some of the policies we see taking shape around housing, what would privatizing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac mean for the mortgage market?
You know, it's interesting. You know, obviously, Bill Pulte, it's great to have a leader in the industry doing the right things, making the right decisions, working with the president, working with the right people to make the right things for the industry and consumers. Do I think they're going to go private? I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I do know this. Having them being more competitive and competing with one another to innovate and come up with new technology, lower costs, you know, doing different things is great. And I think Bill Pulte is leading from the front, doing great things right now. You know, what's the future? Like, are they going to go public but still have that guarantee to protect people. Like, how is it going to work? I think Bill Pulte's all over it, and the people at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, I think they'll make it the right decisions for consumers, which is the most important thing.